everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already know I ask you to do it every single day. Every single day, I tell you to look down in your settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, that beast, whew, that algorithm. I don't even want to talk about it, y'all. I don't even want to talk about it. And right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of our reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, so appreciative for your support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, our super thanks button is right over here somewhere. There it is. There it is right there. And all donations to the channel will always be greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, I have some shout outs. I do. The first shout out goes to Lori McGowan. Lori, happy birthday, Lori. Lori sent me a super thanks on her birthday. She gave me gifts on her birthday, so that should tell you what kind of super nice person Lori is. And I just want to say happy birthday, and I hope you had the best birthday ever. And we have a happy birthday post over on the community page for Lori. And if you have an opportunity, go over to the community page and wish Lori a happy birthday because she is such a great supporter of this channel. And I am just over the moon that she is a part of this community. So happy birthday again, Lori. I hope you had a good time. Also, I want to shout out Elizabeth Spears. Elizabeth, thank you for the super thanks. And just thank you for just supporting my channel and being a ride or die because you absolutely always come through with the support. And I am so thankful. So thank you for the super thanks. All right, with all that said, let's get to the read, y'all, because we got some stuff to talk about. I'm telling you. And as usual, when I am putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I jump in these internet streets, and that's why I have been most of the day. I have been on all the platforms, all the social media platforms. I have been there. I was over to Blue Sky. I was over to TikTok. I was over to Instagram. I was over at my home away from home for now, X, formerly known as Twitter. And the squatties are all talking about the same thing. And what would that be? It would be the Christmas card that Harry and Meghan released today. And we got a little glimpse of Princess Lilibeth and Prince Archie. And boy, have they grown. So I'm going to put this up. We're going to get started and I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty posted a picture of just because it's a series of it's a series of 6 pictures. I'm going to put the whole card up after this, but I always have to go to straight to the good stuff. I'm the type of person who eats my dessert first, so of course, I'm going to put up my favorite first, and it would be this. And this particular squatty said this. It's the happiness radiating from the photo for me. Where is the lie? Tell me this is not a happy family. Tell me this is not a loving family. Tell me this is not the family that Harry has always wanted, and I'm going to say it out loud, has always deserved. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then this squatty goes on to say, and of course, little guy is never far away from his human mom. Meaning, look at Guy. Guy loves, he loves Meghan. Meghan is his person. It has been him and her from the beginning. So when this journey started, it was Guy and Meghan. And Guy said, I was here before all of y'all was here. And look at him. I love this. I just love it. And look at Mama Mia and Poola. Just a happy family. I love it. It is so joyous and it's so good just to kind of get a glimpse of the kids, but not really seeing their face. Because as squatties, we understand. It's been on full display on these internet streets, all these trolls talking about just this little glimpse into Harry and Meghan's personal life. You should see all the nonsense that's out there. Talking about Lilibeth is too tall for her age and just all kinds of nonsense. Saying I saw one crazy troll hag was talking about that Lilibeth was club footed. And that you wonder why Harry and Meghan keeps their kids away from these psychos. I'm just telling you, but I am just so glad that they ignored all that nonsense and fed us squatties just a little bite, because it was so wonderful to see the family all together. It really was. All right, I'm gonna put this one up, and this right here is the complete card. And it was a professional card, meaning that this went out to all of their associates, someone who they maybe came across in business or whatnot. That is the reason why Omed Scobie got one, because they sent him one of their professional cards. They made that very clear that this was a professional card and their personal cards would be kept private. So they, like all, businesses, they sent out a professional card and they sent out a personal card. We will not get to see the personal card, but this right here is a professional card. And as you can see, they put pictures of their trips to Colombia and Nigeria in there. And I love that. I love it. And because it helped me to reminisce, and I often think about when Harry and Meghan, that bottom picture there, when Harry and Meghan went to that old African town and the elder put that blessing on Harry and Meghan, right then and there, we should have known that it's going to be all right. It is going to be all right. Is it going to be troubled waters? It's always troubled waters in everybody's life, including my life. But we have to believe and pray that it's all going to be all right, and believe in our ancestors that they have our back. And I just love reminiscing about Nigeria. I love reminiscing about Colombia. If I had to choose between the two, which trip was my favorite, I could not do it. I just could not do it because I loved them both. And of course, the cherry on top is the middle picture, which has Archie and Lily in it, and not dogs, and Harry and Meghan just being the happy family that they are. And I just love that. I just love that. And the Daily Fail was talking about how Omed Scobie was a longtime friend of Harry and Meghan because he received this card, and Harry and Meghan had made it perfectly clear that this was a professional card. But they never miss an opportunity to lie, to twist, to deceive. I'm just saying. But let's go on with what this squatty said. This squatty said, Lord, please lift the petty from my soul. But until that time, y'all see how 3 of the 6 photos are Harry and Meghan loved up? Hope the trolls and the UK media got the message loud and clear. There's No, capital letters, no divorce pending. Clear, clear as it can. I mean, clear as a bell. Look at it. Three out of the six pictures on this card is Harry and Meghan showing that they love one another. And the trolls, I saw these trolls talking to one another. You know, Big Tooth, Little Tooth. A lot of people call her a Gumby, a Gumbalina. But I just call her Big Tooth, Little Tooth because she had little teeth until she started hating on Meghan, making money. And then Meghan paid for her to get her teeth fixed, but she overcompensated and went in there and got these big chiclet teeth. So that's why I call her Big Tooth, Little Tooth. Her and big pie face Taz, you know, I should call her moon face Taz because her face is just about big as the moon and just as round. She and Little Tooth, Big Tooth was having a conversation with each other, saying that 2025 was really going to be the year that Harry and Meghan divorced. These people, these people trying to anticipate the demise of a family. It says everything. It says everything about who they are. And that's trash. Plain and simple. They are trash individuals. I said it. If they have a problem with it, okay. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Because I will talk about your mama. I'm just saying. I digress, y'all. But yes, this picture right here, y'all. I'm gonna get on one. I see it right now. Y'all, I told y'all I am a Southern Belle from the dirty, dirty South. And I will talk about your mama. Okay, so you need to leave Harry and Meghan alone. I'm just saying. But yes, what a beautiful card. What a beautiful card. But yet and still, they had to try to pick it apart and of course, I have a problem with that. I do. And like I said, I'm gonna talk about your mama and all the things that's wrong with you. See how you feel. You know, you got all the smoke for little kids. I have all the smoke for that big old forehead of yours. I'm just saying. Ooh, can absolutely show movies on your forehead, but yet and still you got the nerve to talk about somebody. Little tooth, big tooth. I'm just saying. Never got any teeth until Megan came along. Absolute walking around with little bitty pebbles, but teeth until Megan came along. I'm just saying, y'all, I'll get on one when it comes to that because that really gets me hyped up, you know, because I have saw some of the stuff that has been said. This is why we as squatties and who are fans of Harry and Meghan can't enjoy watching these kids grow up and seeing what Harry and Meghan is doing in peace because these trolls like this old broke down biddy. We are never over there talking about anything about their so called faves. We could care less. And if they stop talking about Harry and Meghan, we'll be just like Harry and Meghan and just paint them invisible. You would never hear me talk about the left behind. But I just do it because they consistently talk about Harry and Meghan. And so I can say it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if it ain't good for it, we're going to make it good for it. Because I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to drag them every chance I get. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I am on one today. I am on one today because I don't like for nobody to be messing with my face with this nonsense. And I'm telling you, it is a lot of dragging going on the social media platforms too. Because this is where I saw all this nonsense on the social media platform where these trolls and the squad is just posting and dragging them. I mean, skull dragging them up and down these internet streets. And I just love it. And y'all can see I have a drag or two in me too. Because like I said, I meet you where you at. And if you are at the bottom of the barrel, I am right there with you talking about your mama. So you need to try to understand, do you really want to get in a fight? Do you? Because even though I'm not a pig, I fight like one. I'm telling you, they be saying, you say you can't wrestle a pig because you'll get dirty. I don't mind getting dirty. I'm just saying. I don't mind wrestling pigs because I don't mind getting dirty. I'm just saying. So they need to stop. And this attitude comes from me being on these internet streets all day and watching the squatties just absolutely skull dragging these. I'm gonna be cussing on this place. I'm telling you, like I said, I am a Southern belle from the dirty, dirty South, and I will get down with you. I'm just saying. But let's go on, y'all. I'm gonna put this up, and I found this so funny and so entertaining. This particular squatty said this: me forever laughing at the royal family, worrying about Meghan and Harry's kids being too black, only for those children to come out looking like Princess Diana. God is funny, isn't he though? Isn't he though? I'm telling you, when I saw Archie and Lily, I said to myself, this is what racist Kate was so concerned by. Asking Harry, aren't you concerned by it too? And look what we got. We got two little redhead children who looks just like the Spencers. I love it. I love it. And the reason why I really, really love it is that Lilibeth is probably going to look just like Diana. And boy, y'all know how that's going to make William feel. Y'all, I know that is wrong. I know I'm being petty and messy, but I'm just feeling that today because of all the nonsense these trolls have put out on these internet streets. So I'm going to be petty. I'm going to be right down there with them. And we all know that Charlotte is not going to look like Diana. They have tried to make her look like Diana. They have tried to make her look like the Queen. But in actuality, Charlotte looks just like Kate. And so does Louis. The only one to me that kind of looked like Diana is George. In that particular union between William and Kate, Kate's genes were way more powerful. Those kids all look like her. They all have her dark hair. They look like her. They don't look like Diana. And we all know William would cut off his right arm to have a child that looks like his mother that he could use as a prop. We all know that because she would be going with him everywhere so people can just think and reminisce about Diana. But guess who got the little girl that looks like Diana? That looks like her grandmother. Harry got her. And I love that for Kate. I love that for William. And I got to bring it back around and say I love that even more for Kate. Because Kate, racist Kate, was the one talking about, are you concerned about the skin tone? Well, Lily looks just like, well, let me rewind that. Lily Diana looks just like her grandmother, Diana. I love it. I love it, y'all. I love it. I'm going to put this up, y'all. And like I said, this was in People, and it says, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's holiday card features first new photo of Archie and Lilibet in years. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex included their kids front and center in this year's holiday card. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are spreading cheer this holiday season with their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. On December 16th, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex unveiled their 2024 holiday card featuring a new picture of their kids, Archie 5 and Lilibet 3. The shot, one of six in a multi-photo greeting, captured the children from behind as they excitedly ran towards their parents. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet look more grown up than ever in the image, which includes the family's three dogs. The card shows Meghan smiling towards Archie and Harry squatting to greet Lily. I know. It is just too cute. Too cute. And it said confirming his recent comments that her hair is long, red just like her older brother. And like her grandmother and her grand aunts and uncles, she is a Spencer through and through. It says, on behalf of the office, this is a professional card. On behalf of the office of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Archwell Production, and Archwell Foundation, the card message said on a deep green background. The montage featured five other shots of Prince Harry 40 and Meghan 43 during their trips to Nigeria and Colombia this year. We wish you a very happy holiday season and a joyful new year. It's a rare glimpse of the kids who were last seen when they were briefly shown in the couple's docuseries Harry and Meghan, which debuted on Netflix in December 2022. People understand that, and get this, people understand that while this card is meant for professional use, the family has sent a separate private card to their close friends and family, which will not be shared publicly. I don't think they can be any more clear than that. And that is why that rag the Daily Fail saying that Omid is a close friend of Harry and Meghan because he received one of these cards is laughable at best. I'm telling you, where is the journalistic integrity when it comes to those rags? Always lying. Always. I'm just saying. And I'm not going to get into all of it. I saw where Byron had made a video about it where he went through all of this article in People. And so go over and watch Byron because he went all the way through it. I'm not going to take time to go all the way through it, but that is the gist of it, meaning that this was a professional card that, they talked about how it was shared and what it said and all of the six pictures that was featured on the card. But the most important one was Harry and Meghan, the kids and the fur babies. I'm telling you. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this one up. Love it, love it. I love all of the posts talking about how Lily and Archie are more and more like the Spencers, meaning like Diana. And like I said, I know I'm being petty, I know I'm being messy, but I just love this for those left behind across the pond because Kate did everything, but she wasn't able to produce a little girl who looks like Diana. And I love that for her because I know she is just that petty. And I am just that petty to call it out. I am. And you know William. Oh, he's probably rolling around on those 300-year-old rugs. right now because Harry has something that he does not have. And that is a wife that loves him for who and what he is and makes him better. Makes him better. She does. And his kids look just like Diana. I mean, those Windsor jeans. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. No, it's all Spencer over here. I'm just saying. And William got all Middletons over there. I'm just saying. I know that's petty, but it's true. This up and it says Prince Harry and his family looking more like Spencers every time we see them. Princess Diana really said a loyal son really deserves to carry my genes, and she hasn't missed a step. Yes, yes. We all know whose children look like Diana. I'm just saying. Now, I think Archie, the last time I saw Archie, to me, Archie looks a lot like Doria and Meghan. He absolutely, he got the red hair, but he looks like his mom and his grandmom. But the last time I saw Lily, Lily looks like Diana. She looks like a Spencer. She does. And I love that. I do. I love it for William and I love it for Kate. And I really love it for Kate because Kate was the one that was so concerned, just so concerned. And now Lily looks more like Diana's granddaughter than hers. And I just love that for her. Not saying I think Charlotte is such a sweet looking, beautiful little girl. Now don't get it twisted. I think she is a sweet looking, just a beautiful little girl. But she looks like Kate. She don't look like Diana. I'm just saying. Now, I'm going to put this one up. I got to put this one up because I got to stay on this whole thing of riding Kate. I have to keep on absolutely skull dragging Kate and her hate and her racism that she had about these children. Well, at least about Archie. I guess it would be about the children because he said she was concerned, it was concerned how his children would look. And then it was Archie and now it was Lily. Isn't it funny? Like I said, I absolutely, every time I think about it, I throw my head back and cackle about what she did. She absolutely put the taint of racism on her for something that even didn't even transpire. And look who is going to be walking around looking like the grandmama. Mm, it's the one that has the African descent. I love it. Ooh, it is so good. But let's put this one up. This one says they didn't want the kids to be black because they thought it would tarnish their German blood in full racist mode. And Diana effing Spencer said those kids are mine, and she gave those racists something to hate even more now. Her clear British origin, her 700 years of British history, and her connection to the late British king. You know they are breaking China on those palaces now. I say they rolling around on them 300-year-old rugs and probably snatching them 500-year-old curtains out the window because the very one that they thought was going to somehow taint whatever they had going on over there, because my whole thing is who in the world wanted to keep that blood pure? I mean, just a bunch of mediocre human beings. Meghan actually brought some intellect into that whole family. That's all I'm saying. Meghan was the smartest one over there. Every time Megan walked in the room with a bunch of them, she was always the smartest person in the room. But yet and still, somehow they felt that they could look down on her because of her African ancestry and wanted to look down on her children. And now here we are. Here we are. And I love what they said about Diana. Diana said, "These are mine, and I'm giving them all my genes." And here is little Lilibeth is going to walk around looking like her grandmother. I love it. Y'all know Jacqueline Kennedy has a granddaughter who looks just like her too. It happens. It happens. And I love it. I do. It says, you know, they are breaking China on those palaces now. Megan's kids are looking and are far more British than those Germans. They are Spencers. Like Charles Spencer said, a very British girl from a very British family. And it's even better because they are also African American. They are. I love it. I love it. And I know Diana is loving it too. Because we all know Diana was a whole lot of things, but prejudice and racist was not one of them. She was not. Love it. Absolutely diverse, relatable, exactly like Diana hoped for her grandchildren. You effing know that Lily Diana looks like her. And you know, I have to keep going back. This is such providence. It is for Kate. For Kate. For Kate. I love it for her. And it says, and the blue, blue eyes, Diana's only grandchild with her eyes. Y'all, I could not love it anymore. How can I love it anymore? I got to try to figure that out, how I can love it anymore, because I think I am on a 10 right now. When it comes to loving this, I just love that for them over there. I love it for them over there. I do. I do. All right, y'all. I'm gonna put this one up. And this particular squatty said this. I know Princess Diana is so proud of her son, Prince Harry, for protecting his family the way she never was. May God continue to bless them. Where is the lie? And Harry meant he was gonna do exactly that. He was a little boy and he was unable to protect his mother from the vultures, from those stinging scorpions over there in the palace. But Harry meant it was not going to go down like this. And that is the reason why they're not always in the public eye, because he wants to protect them. And he does not want history to repeat itself. And who don't believe that paparazzi would chase Archie and little Lilibeth just to no ends if they did not live in California? Because in California, they have laws. You just cannot publish pictures of people's children without their permission. So Archie and Lily is protected until they get 18 in California. And I just love that. I do. I do. Even though I would love to watch them grow up, and they are growing so fast, they are. But I understand. I understand what Harry is saying. And Harry is completely and absolutely justified in his fear for his wife and children. Because if you would hear and see some of the nonsense that's going on these social platforms since they just released this one picture, this blurry picture, you would understand that Harry is absolutely right. Y'all saw how I was acting at the first of this video because I was mad because I saw all the nonsense that they have put out. And I have been out there throwing some hands and kind of acting a fool because, like I said, I have never had any qualms with meeting them where they're at. And they have a problem with people like me because they always depend on people being above it all. Well, I'm no Michelle Obama. When they go low, I go straight to the depths of hell and be down there talking about their mama. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, let's go on. I'm gonna put this one up, and this one I love. I love this post. It said, "Yep, Lily's a daddy's girl. She is. Look at her running straight to her dad. I know." And he said, "Archie is a mama's boy." I love it. I love it. It said, "I love this family. This is such a gorgeous life Harry and Meghan have created for themselves." What is the lie? And this is what makes these trolls, these toadies, those flying monkeys, and especially today, these old ugly, raggedy old hags mad. It makes them angry to see Harry and Meghan and their family thriving. And the old hags, what makes them mad is that Meghan has something that they don't have. Somebody who truly loves them. And a pretty face. And a pretty face. Megan's pretty face and having Harry and having a beautiful family at home is what gets them going, telling their lies and spewing their vow. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, we're going to talk about Megan because I want to talk about, since we got this picture of the Sussexes and the children and the happiness of their family and just the beauty of their family. The love. I mean, in that picture, you can see the love that is in that family. And I just love it for them. I do. But it just really got me to thinking that none of that would have been possible without Megan. We often talk about Harry and his determination to protect his family, but we don't ever talk about Meghan, her contribution to this happily ever after. And I saw this, and I'm going to put it up. This squatty said this: "It was only when good King Harry met Meghan that he truly began to emerge as his own person. Without her influence, would Prince Harry have found the strength to break free from his royal cage?" And where is the lie? Meghan. Meghan was the key. They knew she was the key. That is why they zeroed in on her from the beginning, because they knew she was the key. She was the key that would open the cage and Harry would fly free. And so when they realized that, that is when, especially William, realized that, then that is when they really went in on Meghan to destroy her, to absolutely get her to either unalive herself or to leave. And they had no idea, none whatsoever, that Harry would leave with her. And I just love that for them. But I'm going to read this article, and it is by one of my favorite squatties. Y'all know that this particular squatty writes all different kinds of articles. I don't know if he calls it, I don't know if they call it an article or they call it like a blog or whatever they call it, but I'm going to put it up because their writing, I love it. And the title of it is "How Meghan Helped Harry coming to his own. Because this happily ever after that you see on this Christmas card would have never been able to transpire and come into fruition without Meghan. Meghan was the key, I say. And it says, for years, Prince Harry was a man caught in the shadows, always the spare to William's heir. He was assigned the part of the cheeky, mischievous young brother. His life was marked by a role that seemed preordained, supportive, but never leading. Where's the lie? Because every time Harry led, they smacked him down. And Harry was a natural leader, not William, Harry. And even Diana saw that. She is the one who said Harry would make a good king, a great king. And she is the one that coined the term good King Harry. Diana saw it in her son. But they did everything they could to beat it out of him, to absolutely shame it out of him, to absolutely degrade it out of him. But they never could close the deal. William never could close the deal and make Harry completely self destruct to the point where he turned into Andrew or he turned into Margaret. And like I said, that's what they wanted. That's exactly the kind of spare they wanted. One that would absolutely be self destructive. So the heir would look like the stable one, the heir would look like the superior one. Yeah, but it didn't quite go off like that. And they knew it would never happen with Meghan around. Meghan was the key. But let's go on. It says, for decades, Harry, every move was scrutinized through the lens of being the loyal lieutenant to his older brother, bound to the tradition and expectations of the royal family. But it was only when he met Meghan that he truly began to emerge as his own person. Where is the lie? Because everything Harry would do, they would try to undo it, undermine it, make it seem smaller. Or William would just out and out take the credit for it until Meghan came along and they saw it coming. That they would the control was slowly falling away when it came to Harry. And they panicked and they went in on Meghan. And instead of Meghan leaving like they thought she was going to leave, she packed up her baby and her man and left. And I just love that for them. Without her influence, would Harry have found the strength to break free from the royal cage? No. Even Harry has said that. He said on the Oprah interview that Meghan rescued him. And she did. She absolutely did. Now, Meghan said he rescued her, but Meghan went in distress prior to her marrying into that family. Harry has been in distress ever since his mother died. And Meghan came in and rescued him. I don't agree that Harry rescued Meghan. I think Meghan rescued Harry. And let's go on. It says Meghan Markle, a woman whose life has been defined by carving her own path, entered Harry's world at the time when he was grappling with deep seated issues about his identity and his role. Where's the lie? The reason he was grappling with these deep seated issues and insecurities was because of those people over there calling him thick, calling him stupid, just all kinds of ways of demeaning him. Y'all remember, was it in Spare? I think Harry said that his father sat him down and asked him what he was going to do. Didn't have very much, didn't have any expectations for Harry. Not at all. And Charles never saw Harry's true potential. He never did. And it goes on to say that she seems to understand him in ways no one else ever had. Harry had grown up surrounded by opulence that he would never himself have any right to. Where is the lie? I spoke about this in my last podcast. This whole system is set up for everybody to fail except the heir. It's not a family, it's definitely a firm because they give all the wealth to the heir, to the monarch, and they wield all the power of the purse. And the other members, the other children in the family, like Andrew and Anne and all of them, either they work for the crown and grovel and keep their mouth shut from all the misbehavior that they have to suffer under. And in Harry's case, it would have been a lot because his brother is totally and absolutely crazy, is a run over dog, and is obsessed by him, and is obsessed by him not having anything. When Harry is in rags with holes in his shoes, William is skipping down the road. But when Harry is successful and living in a mansion, William is somewhere in the bed with the covers over his head, holding his stomach. And so, in Harry to live under the foot of his brother would have been nothing but misery for Harry, for Meghan, for those babies. So, where is the lie when they said Harry growing up surrounded by opulence? It says that he would never himself have any right to. Where is the lie? Amen. Amen. And they wanted Meghan to stick around over there while they treated her like a literal dog to wear tiaras that was never going to be hers, to stay in homes that never was going to be hers, that could be taken away at any moment of time that the heir feels displeased with you. So you have to be just literally perpetually kissing his butt all the time, like Sophie does William. She every time she sees William, she falls down on her knees and licks his shoes to a shine. I kid you not. She absolutely shines his shoes with her tongue every time she sees him. She's groveling. And really it started doing the same thing for Kate. Absolutely. I'm just saying. But why would Harry want to stick around for that nonsense? Why would Meghan want to stick around for that nonsense? And they really think that that kind of life is some kind of flex. Why would you want to do that? And Meghan is American. It's not a flex to us because we are hard workers. We'll work hard and we'll get exactly that. You think Jay-Z can't buy a castle? Do you honestly think Tyler Perry cannot buy a castle? He can. And it'll be his. I'm just saying. Let's go on. Let's go on. I went off on a tangent. I probably cut that out anyway. But let's go on. It says, but also by the rules and the scrutiny that dictates his every action. Meghan, by contrast, had built her own life and career on her own terms. embracing freedom and independence. And Harry saw that. He did. And it said, when they met, she brought a fresh perspective, giving Harry the courage to envision something different. And Harry said that. And Harry has always wanted to get the HE double hockey sticks out of Dodge when it comes to those people over there. He has always wanted to leave. But Meghan was his catalyst. She was the key. And I love that for Harry. I do. It says, together they became a formidable partnership. Meghan didn't just bring love into his life, she brought vision. Suddenly, Harry found himself no longer a second string royal, but a man capable of building a future that reflects his values, not those of the institution he was born into. Where's the lie? And my whole thing, I want to go back to it says no longer a second string royal, but a man capable of building a future. And she brought him vision. Look how Harry has taken off, spreading his wings, becoming this juggernaut of a global advocate. It is something to see. It has been something to see, especially as a squatty, to see him blossom and bloom into the man that he is. And don't get it twisted. Meghan had a lot to do with it. I'm just saying, I love it. It said together, Meghan and Harry made causes like mental wellness part of their core mission, an authentic path that resonates deeply with Harry's true self. Where's the lie? It's worth asking, would Harry have been able to forge this new path without Meghan by his side? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because Harry had to go through everything he went through to be able to see those people for who and what they are. And without Meghan, that would have never happened. He never would have been able to step back and see them for who they are, to see a whole different perspective, to see how vicious they are, to see how deliberately cruel they are, to see how jealous and vindictive that they are. Without Meghan, he wouldn't have been able to see that because when he married Meghan, the scales were still on his eyes. I remember that interview he had with President Obama right after Christmas. I think it was right before they got married. And Meghan had had her first Christmas over there. And Harry was talking about how Meghan enjoyed herself and how she had never been a part of a family. She wanted to be a part of a big family and all this. And Harry really thought at that particular time that he had a family, that these people was not a firm. They still had him fooled. But as time went on and the scales fell, he understood what he was dealing with. And it happened like that for me. Because when Megan first married into that, I didn't know anything about them people. And I really thought they act as if they were happy to have her. But little did we know what we know now. And that is the same with Harry. Little did he know then, and oh, what he knows now, especially now that he has gotten those communications between the palace and the sun. What we gonna learn in January? I cannot wait. But no, Harry would have never been able to do this without Meghan. I'm just saying. It said for years he had remained tethered to the royal family's demands and its stifling traditions. His antics as a young man often looked like rebellion, but never resulted in any real change. It was clear he was restless, but he never seemed to have the resolve to make the final break. His brother William, on the other hand, had been groomed for the kingship from birth, and that role shaped his identity in a way that required limiting Harry's potential for growth. It was required that they clip Harry's wings. Make sure he doesn't fly, especially not as high as William. And we all see now when Harry is completely free to fly as high as he chooses to go, William struggles to keep up with him. He flounders every time trying to keep up with his baby brother. But see, Harry would have never been able to do the things that he is doing now within that family because his wings would have been clipped by William. I'm just saying. He was expected to prop up his brother's future reign, never to build something of his own. And the only reason he was allowed to do Invictus was they, they really, really thought Invictus was going to fail. They never saw the success of Invictus coming. First year of Invictus, they all showed up. Charles showed up, Camilla showed up, and William showed up because they thought it was going to be a flop. They never thought it was a good idea. They always underestimated Harry. But look at him now. And it is something that really gets under their skin. Instead of Charles being proud of his son, he hates on his son. He is jealous of his son. We saw the evidence on full display with him and his horse coming down the Opera House steps in Australia. A man don't do something like that unless he is jealous. When he saw Harry and Meghan have that successful tour and all these iconic pictures and events were taking place, he didn't experience pride and say, "That's my boy. That is my boy," like a normal parent would do. No, he felt jealousy and wanted to do it with his own horse and did not understand or realize how pathetic it looked. I'm just saying. But yes, Harry would have never been allowed to do any of that. I'm just saying. And it goes on to say but in Meghan, Harry found someone who not only loved him, but saw him for who he truly was. Someone capable of much more than his royal role had allowed him. Their shared vision gave Harry the confidence to step out of his role, propping up his brother to declare his own path. Where is the lie? And I love watching it. I do. I have loved watching Harry come into his own. I have. Because Meghan was a whole woman when she showed up. Meghan was a full developed woman when she showed up. Harry was the one who really needed to do the growing. Now, I hadn't saw much growth in Meghan because this is who Meghan has always been. But the growth in Harry has been something to see. And I love it. I do. I do. And it says, once labeled as the party prince, Harry has become a man willing to speak his truth, even at great personal cost. He revealed the toll that his life in the royal family had taken on him, his mental health struggles he had quietly endured for years. It was Meghan who helped him turn his pain into purpose. With her, he wasn't just surviving the weight of his royal obligation, He was thriving outside of them. I love it. I love it. And that is exactly what that Christmas card picture shows. Harry is thriving. Harry and Meghan and their family. This is what Meghan was talking about when she said life, it can't be about just surviving stuff. You have to thrive. You have to be happy. And guess what? They made it. They made it. And I love it. I do. I'm going to put this up. And this particular post just pretty much says how I feel. I feel like a proud auntie. I do. I feel so proud of Archie and Lilybeth, and I mostly feel so proud of Meghan and Harry. And it says, now this is a blessing of the Most High. I'm a proud, distant auntie today. May Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lily continue to be blessed with love, laughter, and joy. That is it. That is all that I am feeling today. And I am just so happy to see them happy. As a squatty, this is what we always wanted for Meghan. When we saw Meghan come on our screens, just almost in tears when she was on that African trip and said nobody had even asked her how she was doing, we were called into action right then and there. And ever since then, the Squatties has been riding hard for Harry and Meghan. And look what we have to show for it. I'm telling you, I'm happy with it. I am. All right, I'm going to put this one up. And I love it. It says Lily Diana having Diana's hair, her eyes, her height is something amazingly beautiful. Probably the only grandchild that looks like her. Kind of poetic legendary. I would say poetic justice for all the races, including her grandfather, Charles. Let's not forget, we always be talking about Kate, but Charles had that conversation with Harry as well. Concerns about the children's skin tone. I just love that for them. I do. And also, y'all, I'm going to put this one up. And it's official. Harry and Meghan's Christmas card has broken the internet. This particular squatty said this: I can officially confirm that on December the 16th, 2024, Prince Harry and Meghan's Christmas card featuring Prince Archie and Princess Lilybeth broke the internet. Thank you, the Sussex family, for blessing us with an updated photo of the little ginger rolls. Love it. And look at all of and this is just some of it. I'm telling you, my timeline is just spinning because it is one post right after another one. Hello Magazine has done 3 posts already from one little picture. I just love it. I love it. I love it, y'all. And I'm gonna put this one up. And with Harry and Meghan just releasing, well, just sending out this professional Christmas card and it breaking the internet, you know those royal rodents over there, you know those rags are regretting that they chose the wrong horse to ride. They chose Camilla. They chose the wrong horse because at the end of the day, the left behinds make them no money. But just imagine if they had Lily and Archie and Meghan and Harry, and they could actually demand to see Lily and Archie, but if they were still in the fold over there. That's why I said Harry and Meghan ain't going back to that nonsense. because that was one of the big problems that Megan had with this whole thing. Because y'all remember what she said. Why would I share a picture with the people who called my child the N-word before I share it with the people who loves him? Megan never was down with that nonsense. Why would she go back to that nonsense? I'm just saying. But we all know they are missing Harry and Meghan, because can you imagine how much money they would make? I'm telling you, because they had the keys to the kingdom when it came to Harry and Meghan. All pictures released had to come through them. They had all this control, and they had the ability to sell it as well. But baby, it ain't like that no more. And I'm gonna put this up. And the British media begging the Sussexes to give up their life in America and go back to the UK to work for the British royal family because the other ones bring no clicks or coins. Where is the lie? But we all know Harry and Meghan not gonna do that nonsense. But I bet you right now in newsrooms on Fleet Street, you can hear the crying, the squealing, the gnashing of teeth, all the words of regret. We all hear it. I hear it way over here because they actually let the goose go that laid the golden eggs. And I said, thank God for it. Because even though that goose was laying those golden eggs, eventually it was going to be destroyed. But now it's free, and I love it. I do. Also, y'all, I want to put this up, and let's not forget about Polo. Run it on your extra television, let it run all day, go to work, put it on, let it run. And let's get these watch hours up for Polo. I ran mine again today. And this particular squatty said Polo on Netflix is definitely worth watching. And she put a picture of all the different people that was in Polo. And I'm telling you, Polo is good. So let's run it. If we are not watching it, run it anyway. That's all I'm saying. All right. Also, I'm going to put up this, and y'all know. And if they don't know, and if they saw the beginning of this podcast, I'm sure they don't want to know that if they mess with Harry and Meghan, we will get down in the mud with them. Squatties, well, this squatty, I can only speak for me. This squatty right here will meet you exactly where you at and cuss your mama out. I'm just saying, don't mess with Harry and Meghan because we will eat your face off. Bye.